and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. If you are new and you like makeup, beauty, hair or hauls, then please consider subscribing. So for today's video, I am going to be doing a lash lift on myself. I usually do these once every 3 months or something, but I haven't done it for absolutely ages. To be honest, the reason being that I went on holiday last year now, ages ago, last October I think it was, and I had lash extensions done, which were great, don't get me wrong, absolutely loved them and they lasted ages, and I did remove them correctly and everything. But you know, anyone that's had lash extensions knows that your lashes aren't quite the same afterwards. And yeah, I wanted to kind of get a bit of life back into them, a bit of length back, and I feel like I'm at that place now. And you know what? I started using this. This is from XX Revolution, the Kombucha Boost. This is the eyebrow and eyelash serum. I started using this. It's only, I think it's like a tenner, if that. And brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I've been using it every night without fail for probably about 2 months now. And the length on my, I mean, they're blonde, so you can't really see, but the length on my eyelashes is brilliant. Absolutely. When I've got mascara on, they're quite long. So I feel like I'm at the place now where I can do a lash lift again. But yeah, honestly, this is so good. I've used, you know, Rapid Lash and I can't remember now, other brands. And I would say this has actually done just as good a job, but for a fraction of the price. I'll link it down below for you. So you know, if you want it, you can check it out for yourself. So this is the eyelash lift kit that I picked up off of Amazon. I have used the lash lift kits off Amazon before and they've been absolutely fine. This one was a tenner, which is really, really cheap, and it's got everything you need inside. One thing I will say is that the solutions that you get inside, they only really work on a lifespan for up to 3 months. So, you know, if you're using this on yourself, and you know, they normally last sort of up to 6 weeks, then you are only really going to get 2 to 3 uses out of this before, you know, it doesn't really work very well. So yeah, just bear that in mind. But yeah, for a tenner, obviously, if it works well, then, you know, that's absolutely fine by me. It's still a cheap treatment, isn't it? Right then, so as I say, this is the kit. So we open it up and then inside you have, as I say, everything you need. So this is your instruction leaflet. And then in here we have our clean off residue tools. We've got our eyelash pads. We have our eyelash glue. So this is what you stick the pads and the lashes down with. And then we have our 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we've got our perming solution here. We've got our fixing solution here. We have our Nourish, which is kind of like an oil. And then we have the cleanser, which gets rid of any glue afterwards. What you will also need is some cling film. I don't actually have any cling film, so I've picked up a plastic bag and I'm just going to cut 2 squares off of this, or 4 squares off of this, and use this instead, which works just as well. I've done that before. Yes, it is a doggy poo-poo bag. But it's a plastic bag and it's clean, obviously. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is make sure that your eyelashes are completely clean, oil-free. So my recommendation is to go on with like a micellar water, something that's oil-free. Obviously, you don't want any oil on your lashes or anything because they're not going to stick and it's going to form a barrier when you put the perming solution on as well. So yeah, completely oil-free, dirt-free and dry. This isn't the easiest thing to do on your own eyelashes, I'm not going to lie, but, you know, needs must. And yeah, there we go. So these are the pads in here. You get, I think you get quite a few sizes in this one, actually. You normally get like 3, like small, medium and large. But there's 5 sizes in here. That's a lot. Right, okay, so you get different sizes. So it's the thickness of the pad that you'll be looking at. So this one, yeah, this is your large one. So it's quite thick here. So what these do is the size actually goes by the length of your natural lash. So obviously if you've got really short lashes, you're going to want to use the small one, which isn't very thick at all. If you obviously have medium length lashes, then there's actually 3 medium sizes to choose from. And if you want, you know, if you've got long lashes, you're going to want the large. I'm going to go for the smaller of the medium ones. So it's this one just here. Yeah, I think these are going to be fine for me. What you can also do with these is, because this goes on your actual lid, and as you can see, it's quite long, you can actually snip the ends if you want to, because you might find that when it's actually on your lid, it will start lifting up at the corners because they're too wide for your eye. So feel free, obviously it's just silicone, just to snip off the ends with a pair of scissors. Right, okay, so normally I would do these 2 eyes at a time. Don't get me wrong, it is difficult, but normally I would do it that way. But because I want to show you the before and after, I'm going to do one eye and then I'll go and do the other eye off camera. Right, so I'll give you a quick look at my eyelashes first. So this is what they're like. As you can see, they're very blonde. They're virtually transparent, to be honest. So yeah, not really much going on with regards to curl. I do normally curl them with eyelash curlers. So as I say, I'll be using these ones. Are, if you're getting this kit, they're called M1. So yeah, they're these ones here, like that. Yeah, and as I said, they're gonna be too long for my eye. So kind of like you would with, say, strip lashes, you're going to just snip them really to size. So I'm just going to take my scissors and just do a little bit off each end, which if I pop it back on, you can see is going to be absolutely fine now. Right, okay, so it's really hard to show you. You can use these kits. It's exactly the same products in these as what you get in a brow lamination kit as well, by the way, just if you're interested. I have done a separate video on brow lamination actually with Brow Code. Amazing products. With brows, it's yeah, you're actually going directly onto your skin, so I would actually recommend using, you know, something that's really a good product. I'm not saying this isn't going to be good, but you need to use something that's a bit more trusted, should we say. So yeah, I would recommend Brow Code products, but you know, it's completely up to you. It's your body. Right, so I have the glue here. So it looks like this. So it's a tube like this, and then it's got a little brush on there. So with this, you're going to want to stick the actual pad. So you're going to glue the back of the pad just here, and you're going to stick that to your eye, and then you're going to glue your lashes to the pad afterwards. So I'm just going to start off by sticking the pad. So we're going to put the glue, need quite a bit, on the back of the silicone pad. And then just leave it to go a little bit tacky. Again, like you would with normal eyelash glue, just leave that to go a bit tacky for about 30 seconds. I just find it sticks a lot easier than put it on when it's wet and it's slipping and sliding. Okay, so I think we're good to go. So then just kind of look down and place it on your actual lid. This is the trickiest part, I think, is getting it to actually stick to your lid. It's really quite hard. But in all honesty, if they do lift at the sides, obviously once your lashes are stuck on, it's fine. That normally happens to me anyway. I think I must have very round eyeballs. Because, yeah, they always lift at the edges, even obviously after I've cut them as well. So it's just one of them things. Yeah, attractive. Right, okay. So the next thing we're going to do is take our clean off residue tool, which looks like this. And as you can see, on one end, it looks like you've got a little kind of comb. So that is what we're going to do to stick the lashes on. So we're going to take our glue again, and actually, see what I mean? Blooming things. Just keep pressing it. Doesn't help that I'm talking as well. Yeah, and just glue the actual pad on the outside. And then like before, leave it to go a bit tacky, and then while it's tacky, just take your tool and just press your lashes to the pad so that they stick. You want to keep them as straight as you possibly can, because obviously they're going to stay like this for a while. So fiddly. Do you know what? I don't like these. I don't know why I'm using it. I don't actually like them. I normally take a disposable spoolie, so I'm going to get one of them. Right, I've got my spoolie. I'm going to use this because I just find these so much easier to actually stick them down. The tool things are all right for actually, you know, removing the product, but I find to actually stick them down are a bit of a pain in the backside, to be honest. So take your time with this bit. You want them to be nice and straight onto the pads, nice and even. Right, so then once they're all stuck down and they're nice and even and straight, you want to leave it for about another, I'd say about another minute, just to make sure that that glue is completely dry. The worst thing is when the glue is still slightly wet, you put the perming lotion on and then they start to unstick, like during the treatment. Oh, that's such a pain, because there's not a lot you can do about sticking them back on once that happens, because obviously it's got the solution on. So you want to make sure that, that's why I say take your time with this bit, make sure that they're completely stuck down, because as they are on the pad now is how they will be obviously when the pad comes off. Okay, so what I do next is I take a cotton bud. These are paper ones, by the way, and yeah, I just take my perming solution. I've ripped off the end of that one there, and I take my perming solution and use this to actually apply it. So obviously go in, oh, it's got a little stopper on it. So go in and take some. This stinks, by the way. And pop it on the base of the eyelash. So you don't need to go all the way up to the top of the lash. You just want it on the base, because that's where you want it to curl. Like that. Right, okay, so then what I'm going to do is take my plastic like this. I've just cut like a little rectangle. Obviously cling film is better if you've got it, and just cover where you've obviously got the pad and the lash. It's not the most ideal thing to use because these are quite thick as well, but yeah, just like that anyway. And then you're going to want to leave that on there for 12 to 15 minutes. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes now, so I'm just going to carefully peel that off and then take my clean off tool. This is the straight edge, and I'm just going to scrape off, again, very, very gently, the perming solution. And then what I do is I just take a cotton bud and just take off any excess that's still on there. Right, so then you want your fixing lotion, which will be your number 2. And exactly the same theory as I did with the perming solution. Dip in and place it to the base of the lash again. Easy peasy. And then take your other plastic cling film, whatever you want to use. And again, pop it over the top and leave it for another 12 to 15 minutes. Okie dokie, so 15 minutes again. So I'm now going to take the wrap off. Take my trusty tool again and remove that product. So if you want to tint them, now is the time to do that. I'm going to do that myself. So I've just got my tint and I'm just going to pop it literally onto the actual pads where they're stuck to the lashes. Right, so I'm just going to leave that to take. Obviously, you don't need to cover that or anything. Right, okay, so obviously when you're doing your tint, you not like, you know, when you put the other product on, that just going on the base. The tint, you're going to take it right to the end of the lash. So I'm just going to leave that on to take. Right, okay, so that's been on for long enough. So what I'm going to do is take my cotton bud and just remove most of the dye or tint, whatever you want to say. To be honest, when you do the, if you do a tint, it actually lifts off most of the glue doing that, as you can see, but you know, that's fine. Right, so next you take your nutrition, which is, or the oil, which is number 3. I actually use my finger for this, but obviously use whatever you wish and just pop it on to the lashes and kind of massage them into the pad. And you'll see they just lift off. And then you can just lift the pad off. Yeah, look, there's my black blob. Oh, right, now you take your number 4, which is your cleanser, and this will remove any product that's left on your eyelid. Oh, I'm not going to lie, that last one that I used, number 4, stung like a bee. It really did. It yeah, I wouldn't recommend that on sensitive skin, that's for sure. There's a lot of alcohol in that. Right, yeah, there we go. Right, so what I'm going to do is just take a spoolie, just a clean one, and just comb through them. Don't wet them, don't wash them or anything like that. And you want to keep these dry for really 48 hours if you can. Oh, look at those. Yeah, I'm impressed. A tenner. God, look at the difference. Yeah. Beautiful. Really, really nice. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is just go away and do the other eye, and then I'll show you when both of them are done. Right, okay, so here we go. They're all finished and I love them. Absolutely love them. A really, really good kit for the price, for £10. What an absolute bargain. Yeah, I'll pop it in the description box below if you want to check it out for yourself. But I am so happy with them. I really am. So I hope you enjoyed watching. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And I'd really appreciate it. It'd mean the absolute world to me if you did enjoy watching this video and you would like to see more content from me in the future. And you would like to subscribe to my channel. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye!
For me, isn't it my birthday yet? Cause I gotta say, you're looking like a gift for me, wrapped up nice and neat, baby.